Hi everyone, Aric Hall with the Blaze of Glory. I went out today on a scouting trip of sorts. This was a driving day instead of a hiking day. And, I believe that we're looking at a target area that's not really that big, compared to the whole size of the Forrest Fenn map. But, today, the places I went to, there's little public access. If you're going from your canyon down, if you're going from that area up to the various creeks that would be in the mountains, pine, sage, etc., a lot of it is, there's private property in the way. So I'm getting a little bit dejected on how many places actually qualify. My little 300 creek, for example, the sage and the animals, well, it's there, but it's minimal and it would be a stretch. And so I'm kind of wondering what all of you think about the New Mexico tourism video. If you've watched my videos, I think about as highly of that video as the poem, which means I think there should be sage and animals on top of the pine, the creeks, the cold water, etc. But I'm finding there's so few places that have pine and sage and animals and meet all of the criteria of both the poem and the New Mexico tourism commercial. So, what do you think? Do you believe that New Mexico tourism commercial, it was edited, cropped, and heaven forbid it could have been spliced, but do you believe that we should take that at face value? That we should see mountains, trees, animals, smell pine, smell sage, know the chest is wet? I want to know what you think, because some of the places that I'm looking at and I'm going back to do not have all of the, they may have all of the clues from the poem, but they don't have all these clues and hints from other places like the tourism commercial. So that's one little problem I'm running into. The other thing is, I think today or tomorrow I'm going to go out to my little 300 place and hike up in there. The distance is not that far. It's probably about a half a mile, but it's steep, it's rugged, it's wet, it's overgrown. I still don't see an 80-year-old man going in there, but it's driving me bananas. I need to go in there and have a look-see further up than where I've been. So I'm going to try to get in there today or tomorrow. What I'm wondering here is, this is about the poem. How do you see the poem? To me, I have a hard time saying that there's 9 clues in the poem and they're all in order. The number of clues and hints in that poem have to be a lot more than 9. Me personally, I think that some of it's parenthetical, parentheses, sidebar comments, things like not far but too far to walk. I don't think that's one of the clues. I think it's a parenthetical sidebar comment. I think it's describing how far to the canyon down, which is the line preceding not far but too far to walk. So that's not in order. Some people believe the 9 clues are the 9 sentences. Others believe it's 9 of the 10 references between the words begin and cease. And if you subtract out the not far but too far to walk, that would be 9. I still wonder, between the, or after the put in below the home of Brown, those next 2 lines, are they parenthetical? Or are they something out of sequence? From there it is no place for the meek, the end is ever drawing nigh. One of the place that I'm really focused on right now, either that's out of order, or it's a parentheses, parenthetical insert. You go from put in below the home of Brown to your creek, no paddle up your creek. So, again, what do you think? Is there a bunch of parenthetical stuff in there that's all out of whack? If I try to rearrange that, I come up with more than 9 clues anyway. Even after the word cease, you have that cold and brave and wood. I think all of those are clues, whether or not they're part of Forrest Fenn's 9 chosen clues. Anywho, with that in mind, what I'm asking is, do you think the water high could possibly be related to the blaze? If I go up to where, I don't want to call it a waterfall, it's more like rapids or cascades, it's white, it's noisy, but there's actually a lot of those around if you look hard enough. Would that be a blaze? I mean, it is white. Could it be that the rocks around there would be the blaze? Maybe my little 300 has nothing to do with being a blaze for this poem. Even if it does, the difference between that 300 object and the upper point, the water high, is about a half mile or so. And I'm not sure how accessible it is. I may not be able to get in there. I got close to it the other day when I was taking a different approach. This time I'm going to go in a different way. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know where I'm at, and or what I'm doing. I'm not going to tell you where I'm at. And see if you have any ideas about the sequencing in the poem and what the clues are or not. How many parenthetical comments there are in there that are not clues. And what you think about the water high either being the blaze or being at that same location. You know, when I get up to the point that the water in the creek is no longer traversable because it's steep and mountainous, would that be where I find the blaze? No. Let me know what you think. Bye.